What should you do if you've been slandered? I'd like to share a piece of advice from the Holy Fathers, one that personally helped me in this very situation. This was quite a long time ago. And it so happened that, quite unexpectedly, a certain person, whom I had considered trustworthy, began spreading harmful and unfounded slanderous rumors about me among my good acquaintances and close friends. And of course, this upset me greatly and caused me a significant amount of distress. Naturally, I tried to explain to these people as clearly and honestly as I possibly could that it wasn't true at all. But I noticed that the more I explained that I was being slandered, the more and more distrust and suspicion I saw in their eyes. And it was at that moment that I came across a saying from Saint Maximus the Confessor, who said, "The more you pray with all your soul for the one who slandered you, the more God reveals the truth to those who believed the slander." And so when I read that, it struck me so profoundly, I decided I would no longer run after people and explain to everyone that I was right and that they had lied about me. I would stop doing that, and I would simply just pray honestly in my heart for the slanderer. And I began to do it. And I'll admit, at first it was a bit difficult, but I continued. And as I prayed, indeed, all those people who had previously listened to this slander and maybe even believed some of it, they became convinced on their own, without any effort on my part, that it was, in fact, slander. And they all, on their own, returned to me in terms of our personal interactions, our collaboration, and so forth. And that is how the consequences of that slander were, so to speak, completely neutralized, specifically from this spiritual perspective. So I'm sharing this advice with you, which I have tested in practice in my own life. And to conclude, I will also share the words of the Holy Fathers on how a person who has been slandered should behave. St. John Chrysostom wrote, "Remember that the one who hears slander about himself not only suffers no harm, but will also receive the greatest reward." And St. Theophan the Recluse wrote, "Have you been slandered, though you are not guilty, you must bear it graciously, and this will serve as penance for those things for which you do consider yourself guilty. Therefore slander is a mercy from God for you." And St. Tikhon of Zadonsk pointed out 5 spiritual lessons that we can learn from this situation. First, that nothing happens to us without God's will. Therefore endure what God sends you. Second, take comfort in the fact that you are truly innocent of what you are being slandered for. A clear conscience is a great consolation. Third, remember that you have many companions in this misfortune. The saints of God endured much slander. Many have walked this path. Let us follow them, so that together with them we may glorify Christ who redeemed us. Fourth, examine your own conscience. Have you not also wounded someone with your tongue? If you have, then slander is punished by slander. Punish us, Lord, here, so that there, that is, in the life to come, you may have mercy. And fifth, learn from this not to believe the slander of others. Just as you hear baseless slander about yourself, so too do those about whom bad rumors are spread often have no knowledge of the very things for which they are being maligned.